Apparently, there's a huge drama thing going on with Bungie at the moment. Now, before we take a look at this, I want to make it very, very clear. Never be an asshole to the devs, anything like that. They're doing their job. I'm sure they're trying their best. We all have our opinions, and it's out there for a discussion. Everybody should be able to voice their opinion. But apparently what happened is, as you guys can see, Lucky 10P is also covering this. One of the Bungie devs said, Diablo 4 seals it. Enemy scaling is one of the worst ideas in video games. It's lazy, negates several playstyles, ruins player power trips, and just sucks. Never heard of someone liking that type of system. I'm sure those people exist. They're wrong. Now, this is his opinion. I'm sure that he regrets awarding it that way because, as I understand, even some of the representatives of Diablo, as you can see right here, Mike has responded. He says, lazy. And I want to go over a few things. Isn't having reskinned weapons season after season lazy as a company? We're literally playing with some legendary weapons that are reskinned from Destiny 1. They took out the planet without anyone asking for them to take out a planet. And just now, with the new season, they brought it back. Not a new planet, an old planet with a new season, by the way, fighting the same enemies, same locations. Isn't that lazy? Why use the word lazy when there's so many things that Bungie is being super lazy at? Isn't it lazy that we barely get any PvP maps for years? I'm pretty sure it's also lazy that competitive is being in the worst state it's ever been, period. Nobody cares. Nothing is done to it. They're doing minuscule changes that nobody likes. Isn't it lazy not to listen to your community? Isn't it lazy to stay in the same meta for 6 months, 9 months, a year, while knowing that the community is not enjoying that PvP meta? Isn't it lazy that absolutely broken exotics that are overused in PvP never get taken care of for months? Months, man. 3 months, 6 months. Wasn't it lazy that Shadow Dive was an issue for 9 months? Isn't it also lazy that with a new expansion, when they drop an exotic, they don't even test it enough? So when it actually launches, it's broken, and then they have to lock it out of the game for weeks, sometimes even more than that. And people that have already paid money for that specific exotic, they can't even use it for a long period of time. That's not lazy. Meanwhile, Diablo had an aspect that was bugged on a class, and they took it out and pretty much put it back in like 3-4 days, 5 days maybe. We have literally been playing the same strikes for years. I don't know. Feels like the word lazy sums it up too. We've not had a single completely new faction to fight for years. Isn't it lazy that we're still in the bounty system, which literally nobody loves? Nobody likes bounties. I have never heard a player say, oh, I can't wait to get home from work and do bounties. I really can't. No, nobody does that. Nobody says it. We've been asking for the bounties to leave for years. Isn't it lazy that in a so-called MMO, I can't even delete some materials together? I have to go through if I have 457 materials that I do not need and it drops around the world, I literally have to delete every single one of them one by one. 457 times. Isn't it lazy that I can only have 10 of the most important materials in the game at a time? You guys probably remember why Eververse started in the first place. Eververse started to bring content to the game. So they wanted to support the live team in order to add new content to the game. So the idea was, we're going to sell some ornaments, and if you guys are so kind enough to buy it, that will help us pretty much fund secret missions and everything like that. Do you guys know where the secret missions are? Are they really secret so we can't find them anymore? Because they're not in the game. This is not going to be word for word. And I'm sorry if I'm miswording some stuff. English is not my first language, okay? But the idea was the secret missions that every single one of you guys love so much, we're not going to be able to add those to the game anymore, even though years back we said that Eververse was there for you guys to buy the skins in order for us to keep adding secret missions. We're completely gonna forget about that. We're not gonna make those missions because every time we make those missions, everybody expects the missions to be really, really good. We're not willing to make better content at all times. Like, we can't top it always, so we're just not gonna make it. Isn't it lazy that PvP has literally been left behind? We're not even gonna talk about the balancing in PvP, but because holy sh, it's so sad, man. It's so freaking sad.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time. Oh! Oh, he got no scoped.